This is Wednesday, October 10th, still in Dallas here, and continuing interviews. Now we have 3 members of Drayter here, and I'm just going to pass along. They're going to introduce each one of themselves.
I'm Cole Schwartz.
I'm Mira Fountain.
Trajan Acquista.
Alrighty. And basically we're going to start off with real basic questions and stuff like that. And it's kind of funny that I'm asking this question because you guys are pretty young, but I mean, how young did you guys start into this?
We started about in 2009, so roughly 3-4 years ago.
Did you guys are you guys meet in school, or was it
so the 3, our other member Matthew's actually not here, but the 3 core of us, myself, Trajan, Cole, and then Matthew, our drummer, kind of all met through school and through football practice and all that kind of stuff. And then we
Trajan also happened to be his neighbor too.
Right.
So.
I happened to be Matthew's neighbor, which is pretty sweet. And then we met Mira a couple years, like a year down the road at Sounds.
Okay.
And
met her in 2011.
yeah, and picked her up, and now we're all together writing music and all that.
Very cool. Did you guys have a preference that you wanted for a male or female singer when it went into this?
We didn't really have a preference, but when me and Matthew went to, because it was a Sound summer camp, because we had never taken lessons there before or anything, we were just going there because they had a summer camp, so they would put you in these bands or whatever, but when Mira came in, me and Matthew were kind of shocked because she was just this shy, quiet little girl, but had such a voice that wasn't, we'd never heard anything like that. So we were kind of blown away by that, and we were like, we need to get her. So because we had been searching for a singer for a while, and we couldn't really find anyone.
Yeah, we kind of tried all of our options, going through each member of the band, saying, oh, who can sing, who can't sing, and none of us can sing. So.
How did you feel when they asked you to be part of the band?
I was really excited because they were my second band. My first one was kind of a failure, so
Okay.
I was really excited and happy to be part of it.
Very cool, very cool. When it comes to songwriting, how do you guys choreograph it? I mean, do you come in with your riffs or anything, or you guys just combine everything together at once? Or?
What we do is it's usually me and Matthew, or me, Matthew, and Trajan will sit down and we'll come up with a riff and we'll kind of build off from there, write the instrumentals first. Then we'll get in our song. My stepmom, who's also a singer-songwriter, and she comes in and she kind of helps with the melody and.
She'll work. Jackie, his stepmom, or our writer, helps us and works with Mira on the actual vocals themselves and writing and putting songs together.
Taking all of our ideas and combining into a good piece of art.
It's basically that's all of us together that kind of we all incorporate our own.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool.
Little twist into the songs.
Very cool. Who are some of you guys that influence you? I mean, what gets you guys going where it leads you into writing the songs that you guys do?
A lot of our influences now come from more modern, quote-unquote, metalcore bands like Asking Alexandria, Motionless in White, Bless the Fall, kind of bands like that. I think it kind of inspires us to write just because we all the rhythms and stuff, and then obviously we like the cool screaming, and then I think the melodies stand out to us because we're a band that we like to try to have heavy instrumentals but also pretty recognizable melodies that people can latch on to.
Yeah. Well, I like what you guys do with Mouth Like a Weapon.
Thank you.
That's the names you just said, the bands and stuff like that, it shows and stuff like that because you guys are going in a really good direction. I like it.
Thank you very much.
So it's really good stuff. What kind of stuff do you use? For you being a guitarist, what is some of your equipment that you like using?
My live rig is I use only 2 guitars. I use my Fender Jim Root Custom Telecaster, and then I use my Ibanez RGX, which I use for drop tuning and drop B. I'm running a Line 6 HD100 and with Bogner tubes head through a Mesa 4x12 cab, and then all my effects are built in through presets in the amp, and the only real effect I use is a Digitech whammy.
Thanks. Trajan?
I use a 700 RB Gallon Kruger like stock head, the 750 Neo series, four speaker cab, and that's it for the amps. And then with guitars, Surveyor 405 LCD, 5-string. It's a great guitar. And then the new Schecter that I picked up pretty recently, 4-string, very awesome.
Any kind of mic equipment you like using? Or
Yeah, sure. Just wireless mics are the best, and that's it.
Now, since you're the singer and everything like that, is there any other instruments you play, or how did you get started in singing?
Well, my parents are really involved in theater, so growing up, musical theater was a big part of my life, and so one of my friends recommended me to Sounds, so I've been recently taking lessons there, and that's how I found them.
Nice. You're a guitarist. What led you down that path? Did you play anything else before that, or you just went right into that?
I went right into guitar. It's a funny story, actually. For Hanukkah one year, both my cousins got guitars, and I was jealous, and I went in the back room and cried like a little baby because I didn't get what they had.
I heard that story.
And so I made a deal with my dad that if I got good grades on my report card in first grade, almost 10 years ago, 9 years actually, that he'd buy me a guitar. So I got this little Squire Strat thing and just started immediately picking it up. Starting from there.
First grade was really hard, so.
Yeah.
How about you, Trajan? What led you into bass?
Well, actually, Cole did. I started playing guitar originally. I befriended Cole in third grade, second grade. Knew that he played guitar and thought it was really cool. So, I picked up guitar 3-4 years ago, messed with it for a while, took lessons from the same guy that Cole took lessons from. And then 2 years down the road, we needed a bass player for the band, and we kind of figured we didn't need another guitar player, and I just kind of picked it up. I was kind of forced into it, but it's for the better, so.
Yeah. And he enjoys it.
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot, so now I'm a bass player, and I've been doing that for about 2 years.
Yeah, so. Since you guys are so young, there's only so many places you guys can go and everything like that. So are you guys basically have just done stuff right now in Dallas area, or basically Texas?
Yeah, kind of all around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, go out sometimes to Grand Prairie or Arlington, stuff like that. But we're going to be heading out of town pretty soon.
Cool. I saw the little campaign that you were hoping to get on the works tour. You guys can fit in very easily.
Thank you.
Very easy. Like I said, you guys are very, very talented. And for how long have you guys, the four of you now been together?
More or less together is 3-4 years. That's
well, not with her.
With her,
that's what I'm saying.
With her,
about
2 years.
Yeah, see that's amazing. You guys have a very tight sound. You guys sound very in sync. You can hear it on the music and everything like that.
Thank you very much.
And like I said, I think I've sent even emails to your dad and saying that you guys got something special. As long as you guys can stay together, hopefully have fun doing this, you guys got a really long career ahead.
When it breaks down to all of it, we all kind of started this band for fun. It wasn't for, I want to go and play shows at bars. I want to get out. I want to rebel from parents. Nothing. It was just we want to go have fun and do what we love. So
and I think I can speak for all of us when I say we do really enjoy what we do.
Yeah,
so
we do.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Since you guys are doing this and everything like that, getting more involved in music and everything, what would be one of your biggest dreams to happen? Who would you like to work with? Is there anybody a band or even just a singer or something like that you guys individually maybe like to work with?
I think it'd be really cool to maybe collaborate with some really cool singers I think
Kellen. Kellen Quinn.
Bo Boken. That'd be pretty cool. From Busted Fall, he's the lead singer there.
Yeah, just work with some really good producers. I think it'd be really cool to work with Joey Sturgis, who did a lot of Asking Alexandria's records, We Came as Romans, kind of stuff like that. So I think that'd be cool. Just really kind of expanding our sound as we grow as a band.
As of Dallas, as of right now, we're pretty limited. But once we start expanding and start breaking out to other places around the U.S. or even further than that, we'll be able to find other people we can collaborate with and hopefully make good music with.
We're very fortunate to have such a great studio setup that we have now. So,
where's that at then?
We record at Indian Trail Studios. Okay. Our producer's Alex Gerst.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm going to say, I mean, basically, you guys are still in school.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can see limitations and everything that you guys can only do so much. I mean, what are you hoping to really accomplish in the next 2-3 years and try to get going?
I mean, I'm hoping to accomplish touring, more music out at least, just more recording and more going to the studio and just getting them songs, done, just so we can have more material out. And I just hope that we can get on some tours and hopefully our parents will allow us to, get out of the house a little bit more.
Make a name for ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that's your toughest task right now, being so young and everything like that, and the way rock is or portrayed to be at times and stuff like that can be pretty hard on you guys and stuff like that. I mean, being young and stuff like that, trying to do the things that you're doing, and it seems like from my time and everything like that, the music's changed so much. I mean, we don't have no more record stores or anything like that. I mean, what are some of the challenges you guys, as being as young as you are, that you're finding in music and stuff, trying to get you guys out there?
Well, I think it is a pretty big setback for us because we're not like most kids in our age group. I feel like we are more mature and we have a more real life understanding and stuff, and so I feel like sometimes it limits to our topics that we write songs about, and we can't branch out into too far things, because even though we haven't experienced them, we do understand that kind of situations and stuff. So I feel like that's kind of like a setback. And obviously school, because school is a very important thing in all of our families.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure of that.
Very important. Plus I feel like at school itself, just with interacting with other kids, since we are a little bit different, obviously we're in a band, our hair is very long compared to other guys at our school, and I feel like we're, I guess, judged differently, and people look at us a little bit differently, but I mean, we just cope with it and kind of just go with the flow. I mean, there's not much you can do about that.
We're not cutting our hair.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the ideal. You guys have to be who you are and stuff like that.
Right.
You don't want to the ideal is that you're not trying to blend in, you're trying to set your own standards.
Yeah,
and that's what you want to do. You want to be the individuals and make your own stamp. That's how I think you're
want to be
really
ourselves.
I don't want to be just another kid at my school. I don't want to fit in. That's the thing, is I'd rather be
me
different.
either.
We want people to remember us.
Yeah.
We want to be different and stick out and be someone you'll remember.
Exactly. Hopefully in a good way.
What was one of your most memorable shows to date that you can say that you are going to treasure right now?
Probably my most memorable show was actually I have two. Our first show together ever on January 22nd was at my bar mitzvah, and we played for about, how many kids was that? About 200 kids?
I don't know, it was a lot. It was basically everyone from our school that we could get her name down.
Yeah, and I think that was so cool because that was the first time we've ever played for a crowd, other than our parents. And I think
each other.
Yeah, so I think just the energy was so high, and we were all so nervous, and it was just so great.
It was fun though. That's the thing,
it
was fun.
It was a blast, and I think also another thing was our actual first club show, because we had also a lot of people that we brought out to that one. So that was at Lakewood Bar and Grill on February 15th, 2011.
Very cool. Do you have any kind of memorable moment that you like?
Most memorable show for me would probably be at Trees, just because
Which one?
the first time we played at Trees.
With Hawthorne Heights. And
Yeah.
We talked prison.
I can barely remember that.
Just because, I don't know, just the bigger stage and more people, more energy.
Moved up.
Is that kind of one of your bigger club venues that are around here?
That is possibly, I mean,
One of the biggest.
I wouldn't say in size, but in bands that have gone there and just in what it's
As a whole
memorized,
package.
what it's
One of the most more favorable venues to us. We really like Trees, and the staff there, sound there,
Very
everything
nice.
is really great.
Yeah, because I can see, because I wanted to try to get out here, but with time and everything, I couldn't make it. I wanted to be out here Sunday for Dead Sarah and Midnight Empire, so I didn't get a chance to. So, but my main goal, of course, was to get out here for this show, because it was covering three bands that I kind of first started in with too as well, which was LSD and Messer and stuff like that. So that's why I wanted to.
One gig that sticks out in my mind a lot, other than obviously our first ones in Trees, is we won a Battle of the Bands in Grand Prairie within our first year, and we actually won $500 from that, which seems, I mean, that's pretty big for us. And there was a bunch of bands. We were in basically a foreign place because, you know, we didn't know anybody there. We brought only the people that we knew, like our friends.
There was about, what, 500 people there?
I don't know, there was a ton of people there.
It was outside, and
the sound was really bad.
And everyone was against us. Just say that.
Everyone was against us at the beginning. By the time we played, we had everybody over on our side.
It was awesome because, like, all the other bands were a little rougher. I wouldn't say rougher sounding, but like rougher in general. Just like they're all older guys. They were all teenagers. They all had, you know, people from their high school there, and we're still in middle school. We were at the time. And, you know, we're just kids. We don't really blend into their group at all. We're all wearing our band t-shirts and everything, and we still won.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Plus, we played the same song as one of the other bands.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
One of the bands went on and played, and we opened up with the same song and played it a lot better than they did.
What song was that?
For Whom the Bell Tolls on Metallica.
Nice. Very
That was
nice.
a good one.
Okay, so since that was memorable, there's a flip side to that question. What was probably the least memorable, or maybe what they call Spinal Tap moment? Most funniest moment? Cole?
I'm gonna have to go with it's kind of a more recent show. We played a Battle of the Bands at this place called The Space, and
That was
it was a Third String Productions show, and we were, you know, fortunate enough to even be on the show, but all the bands were more heavier bands, like, you know, majority like metalcore, like all the screaming and stuff.
I wouldn't put our genre as metalcore quite yet.
Yeah.
We're more like still kind of like hard rock, heavy metal, like genre, kind of right in the middle. And then metalcore is like a full step different. And a lot of those bands were metalcore.
Yeah.
So, and that was kind of the crowd liked. And when we got up there, the PA was, you couldn't even really hear Mira saying.
Yeah, I had to. At one point in the show,
right?
my mic stopped working completely, and the sound guy was just basically standing there. And so I ran over and grabbed Cole's mic and continued to scream the rest of the lyrics.
And they couldn't, and they didn't really get our backing tracks kind of working. So it's kind of a jank show, but oh well.
I mean, the whole point, especially on those backing tracks, which is, I mean, generally a new thing that we just started doing, where you know, it's like the noise, it's some of the extra effects that we can't really add in. Anyway,
it's just basically like sub bass stuff, like bass drops, and then like cool like ad libs that Mira can't sing twice.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
But like they could, I mean, it wasn't as, I feel like it wasn't as professional as it could have been.
Yeah.
But
one of my most I don't know, least memorable shows was at O'Reilly's.
I agree.
When Cole's guitar didn't quite work for most of our songs.
I had a bad. It was. Oh, let me just say this. It was a Friday the 13th show.
It was.
So it fell into place.
And the next day, everything was fine.
Yeah. It was
Bad luck.
just bass, drums, and vocals.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought that was a pretty.
It was pretty.
I don't know. We
need a guitar.
yeah, we kind of need a guitar player. Just a little bit.
And yours? Would you almost?
O'Reilly's for sure. When that guitar rig went out, it was awful.
And it didn't just go out. It was a feedback that would kept coming back, and you couldn't
kill it. It was just there, and it was bad. But I don't know. We fixed it and played, you know, the majority of the show.
The show must go on.
Yeah, exactly. It was like two songs out of the set that were a little janky.
Too bad there.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
But, you know, you got back right in time for the solo. That's all that mattered.
Back in time for the solo.
Nice. Okay, well, here's kind of like one of the little off questions I like kind of asking, kind of keep people maybe on their toes and stuff. You know, there's been so many songs written back in the day to even now. If you had your choice of one song, what song do you wish you would have covered?
Ooh.
Covered as in written ourselves, or
Be your song.
I really would have liked to have written Cowboys from Hell by Pantera, because I think that was such a revolutionary song for them, and it really kind of brought a new sense of like heaviness into stuff.
Like, we're thinking.
Yeah. There's so many good songs. You just have to choose one. That's really hard.
I can choose a couple, but I try to see if I can get that one. That one that maybe meant something.
when I first started getting into music, I really started with like classic rock. That's kind of where, you know, the origin forever. I feel like all of us is.
Yeah.
You know, still am really into Led Zeppelin, and so I know it's kind of cheesy, but "Stairway to Heaven" was not only like their best, like, you know, their biggest song or whatever. And I feel like if It'd be pretty. I bet that was really amazing to write, and they probably felt very happy about that when they were done.
Yeah, that's basically a song that just lives on its own.
Exactly.
It's almost its own genre.
It is.
It's like a set aside. You have an answer?
I don't know.
Freebird.
Probably, I don't know, like one of the most memorable songs, you know, everyone knows. For the song I would have liked to have written would have been Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar. Because not only do a lot of people know that song, but it's pretty easy. And it was one of the first songs we did.
Nice.
And I don't know, I guess it kind of made her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Basically it did and stuff. So I mean, so right now, basically, how many songs do you guys have that are original of your own right now?
Probably about 6 or 7.
I mean, we have four released on iTunes, but we have those other ones that are kind of in the process that we.
Yeah, almost done.
Yeah.
Probably play them, maybe a couple live soon. Start slowly moving them out.
So you filter in, like, basically you'll cover a couple of other ones.
Yeah.
So what are ones that you guys really enjoy throwing in then?
Like covers or originals?
Bell Tolls, like I said, Broom the Bell Tolls. I love doing that song. We open with it almost every single time, and it's got that awesome bass intro. And that song, we've done that since the beginning, and I just always love playing that song. It never gets old.
Never.
Unless we're at practice.
Yeah. My favorite one to cover is probably Sinner by Johnny Cole.
Nice.
Really?
I didn't know that.
I just don't know. It's just something about that song, just the energy, and just do.
It's a good track.
Yeah.
Probably for me, it's either Man in the Box by Alice in Chains or Bodies by Johnny Cole.
I don't even know any of these answers.
Yeah.
What's up?
I like Bodies a lot because I like the scream. I like and I like the it's like a higher energy song, so that's pretty fun. I like Man in the Box because I think it like really showcases Mira's voice well. Plus the solo on that one's really fun for me. It's kind of like my warm up solo for the night, so sets the mood right. I think.
Well, like, yeah, in fact, we were talking about all the different styles of rock and stuff like that, and you guys are kind of putting yourself into hard rock and everything like that. Do you want to stay there, or do you think you're going to lean towards the core metal, or?
Probably lean a little bit more towards the quote-unquote core metal. I mean, but not to a point where we can be specifically classified as that, because, like, in one of our new songs, we do have all aspects from the newer metal, but we go back to, like, early kind of like thrashy roots stuff, and then early Korn, and then we also go back to like Pink Floyd,
like classic rock, Pink Floyd roots. Because like I feel like if you have a broad, if you have a lot of genres, not mixed in one song necessarily, but kind of that you cover. I don't know. I feel like you could get more views and get, they could be more memorable.
Appeal to
more people.
Yeah, to a bigger audience.
That's a big key, and that's pretty amazing that you guys even feel that way. That what you're doing and everything like that. There's a lot of bands out there that don't even have that concept, and they're selling.
It just so happens that our ear is what we kind of think on a more commercial level. I feel like.
For some songs, not all.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty, like I said, unique, and you got songs that you're having, especially like I said, the new one from after hearing "Follow Me" and everything like that. It took something different, but still good, and you can tell it's you guys, but it's a really good sound that you guys have in that one song and everything like that. And then when I heard the ballad, I was like, oh, that's actually very interesting. So it's cool that you guys can cover so much and that you feel comfortable with it, and you can hear it in the music that it's coming natural to you guys. That's why I really put out there that you guys really have something special. And I hope you guys just continue this drive that you guys have, and don't let people sidetrack you with anything. Just continue and have fun. Have fun. Everything. Is there anything you guys want to say outside, or give any?
Really, I guess like the only thing is we're gonna be soon start filming for our music video for Mouth Like Weapon.
Nice.
Yeah, so that should be coming out soon, and then we will be hopefully finishing the EP by the beginning or middle of next year. Have some cool spins on that.
Yep. Cool. You guys want to have any? how can people find you? Like, so like where have you found it?
You can find us on our website at drayterband.com or Facebook, which is facebook.com/drayterband. We're also on iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify.
And I mean, we're even on. I mean, you can check us out on Twitter.